Hi, we're Strategists 3 with Dr. Rick Hubbard's class, BADM495. I'm Jeff Schneppel.
I'm Joey Taylor.
I'm John Cox.
I'm Tegan Price.
And I'm Justine Arbrua.
The goal of this project was to research and gain an understanding of the origin, intent, and history of People Express Airline. We accomplished this by using the People Express flight simulator to run 5 different scenarios. First, we will discuss the base case, then we will review the Don Burr case, followed by our best case scenario and my strategy model. We will conclude with our final 2 strategies, which helped us to gain insight into the causal relationships between stocks, flows, resources, and variables making up the complex world of systems dynamics.
The base case is the first scenario that we ran for this project. It shows what would have happened to People Express if the company would have followed Hat Peretti's strategy. His strategy involved keeping the fleet and staff constant while being moderately aggressive with marketing. This would have generated cash that could be used to grow later. Running the base case also familiarized us with the simulator.
After the base case, we completed the Don Burr scenario. Don Burr's strategy involved rapidly increasing the company's fleet in order to gain market share and establish a dominant presence within the industry. Unfortunately, service capacity suffered because the level of experienced employees could not keep pace with the rapid growth in fleet. As you can see, the length of the work week drastically increased from 40 to 60 hours per week over the first 2 years. It stayed constant around 60 hours per week until year 4. The employees were overworked, dissatisfied, and fatigued, which led to high turnover and low productivity. By year 5, quarter 4, employee turnover reached 697 employees. This caused the rookie fraction to increase due to a large amount of new hires, which also negatively impacted productivity. Having many inexperienced employees reduced the service quality and lowered overall satisfaction. As you can see by the green line on the graph, the company's operating costs skyrocketed and revenue couldn't keep up. More importantly, the red line showed PE's net income was rarely, if ever, positive over the 5-year period. You can see the net income dropped severely after year 4. This forced the company to liquidate by year 5.
After experiencing the failure of Don Burr's strategy, our main goals were to build and maintain a manageable fleet of airplanes while focusing on employee retention and customer service. We made numerous strategic decisions, including, number 1, building up our cash reserve by foregoing immediate aircraft purchases. As you can see, our largest fleet acquisition of 10 planes did not incur until year 3, quarter 2. Number 2, our goal was to have a load factor of 0.58, the industry average, which allowed us to expand capacity but still accommodate the majority of our customers. Number 3, in response to customer demand, we slowly raised our fares while continuing to offer lower prices than our competition. Number 4, we started with higher marketing fraction in order to gain customers and slowly reduced over a 5-year period as word of mouth replaced the need for paid advertisement. Number 5, lastly and most importantly, after obtaining a manageable fleet, we focused on employee retention and development in order to increase service efficiency and create value for our customers. This system dynamics model represents the causal relationships between fleet expansion, reputation, service capacity, and quality. The fleet expansion loop is a reinforcing loop. It shows that the fleet of airplanes increases, the number of passengers increases, leading to higher revenues. The reputation loop is a balancing loop, which shows that service quality declines as passengers increase. As the service quality increases, the company's reputation also increases, but there is an important delay which needs to be considered. As service quality declines, the perceived need to improve service quality increases, which leads to additions to service capacity. There is a significant delay between the increase in the capacity and the experience of the staff. As the staff gains experience, the service quality increases. As you can see, the experience of our employees has a direct effect on customer service quality and overall revenue. With more experience comes greater productivity. Therefore, it was our goal to cultivate and maintain our workforce, because the greatest return comes from seasoned professionals. In our best case scenario, you can see the vast improvements we made in employee retention and productivity as compared to the Don Burr case. The rookie fraction in the Don Burr case was consistently increasing, which shows that employee turnover was high. In our best case scenario, we were able to greatly reduce the rookie fraction, which means we are cultivating employees into seasoned pros who deliver high service quality. As you can see, there is inverse correlation between the rookie fraction of our workforce and revenue miles per employee. We were able to culminate at over 2,500 revenue miles per employee, whereas Don Burr continually decreased as valuable employees were lost. As a result of the strategic decisions we made in our best case scenario, we were able to produce a significantly higher stock price than in the Don Burr case. We also generate revenues well above our operating costs, allowing us to achieve a healthy net income.
We created a systems dynamics model of our best scenario using the MyStrategy modeling software. The purpose of this model is to showcase how the different variables that we manipulated in the scenario are related. The model is made up of resources, flows, and variables connected by links which help create equations used to calculate the effect of the scenario throughout the model. For instance, our hiring flow is affected by the number of aircraft purchases within a period as well as the amount of employee turnover. It was difficult to accurately calculate the revenue the way that the People Express simulation does due to not knowing the variables and formulas used to do so. However, using our people's fare, which is a percentage of our competitor's fare, combined with our fleet size and load factor, we determined our revenue. The model concludes with subtracting our total expenses from our revenue, producing our net income. The simulation was a great hands-on experience to see how modifying variables affected the simulation and how each of the resources, flows, and variables were connected in the system.
Our second scenario, referred to as the explosive growth strategy, was similar to the Don Burr case in the fact that we decided to acquire planes quickly to increase market share. However, we changed many of the other variables in hopes of being more successful. By year 2, quarter 3, we had 35 planes and 1,960 employees. We increased marketing from 10 to 30% in order to attract more customers. We also increased the fare to 10 cents per mile to generate more revenue and support the increased service scope of 100%. Scenario 2 resulted in high employee turnover, leading to a high rookie factor because we were too ambitious in the acquisition of aircraft into our fleet. There was a low customer satisfaction and a lower demand because of the high amount of unproductive rookie employees staffing the company, who were unable to meet the 100% service scope. The combination of all these variables resulted in the company liquidating by the end of year 3.
Our third and final scenario, known as sustainable growth strategy, was the product of lessons learned from Don Burr's strategy as well as our explosive growth strategy. Our first decision was to increase marketing from 10 to 30% in order to generate customer awareness and demand and establish a market presence. From prior experience with the Don Burr case, we knew how important it was to retain employees, so we staffed our planes with 57 employees each and hired enough employees every quarter to cover turnover and maintain service quality. This allowed our rookie employees the time to gain experience and become more productive. As a result, our turnover in this scenario was much lower than previous scenarios. By year 2, we noticed our load factor had increased to 80%. We knew we had to buy planes to accommodate our growing customer base. After we bought planes in year 2, we noticed our load factor dropped back down to the industry standard of 60%. We kept the fare below our competitors and maintained our target service scope at the industry average of 60%. Overall, we think this would have been a successful long-term strategy, but it was not our best scenario for the 5-year period. Our net income was modest at $32 million.
And like People Express, just 6 years after its formation, selling for $125 million in cash to Texas Air Corporation, this presentation has now liquidated. Thank you for watching.